Religious scriptures from across Asia speak of a place so divine, sought by every single one, viewed by some and dared to reach by few, the gateway to the center of the earth, Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva and a place of eternal bliss, a significant place equally to the scientists of different speciality, devotees and pilgrims of all religions, travelers and tourists of the world. Mount Kailash Mansarovar, where Saint Padmasambhava gained enlightenment, where Queen Maya was brought to before giving birth to Lord Buddha, where Jain Guru Rishabhadeva attained spiritual liberation, where Guru Nanak Dev learnt meditation techniques. Mount Kailash stands tall near Lake Mansarovar and Lake Rakshastal in Tibet and at the source of some of the longest rivers in Asia, the Indus, the Sutlej, the Brahmaputra and the Karnali River, source of Ganga. Nevertheless, the pilgrimage to this mystical region, the navel of the universe, is difficult and arduous. In fact, it is considered to be one of Asia's most religious and difficult trips, and yet this holy region is one of the most visited places on earth. It is believed to have invisible magnetic powers which lures people from across the globe. Our pilgrimage journey to long-craved Kailash Parbat, however, is restricted to summer. Even in summer, the weather becomes unpredictable at times and ranges from sporadic to sudden rainfall, thunderstorms, snow, hot blazing sun and windy days.
Warm clothes and personal supplies are very important. The Eco-Trek International team provides pilgrims with a comprehensive gear list of what to carry while on the trip, apart from the down jackets, snow caps and bags that are provided.
Yatris going on this trip need to understand that modern-day luxuries like hot water and proper toilet facilities will not be available at every stop, but on the selected towns, deluxe rooms with restaurants and modern facilities are available. Throughout the trip, our crew members will prepare and serve vegetarian food and hot drinks to keep the pilgrims warm and energized, since high altitudes and low oxygen levels contribute to lack of appetite. You can feel how a good crew and company can make a trip very successful and a different one. The Eco-Trek International team carries ranges of basic medication facilities in case of emergencies and acute cases of high-altitude sickness. We make sure that our organizer and crew are knowledgeable about the area, facilities and altitude. As we drive out of Kathmandu Valley, we pass through breathtaking views of the Himalayan range, lush green forests, waterfalls and the ferocious waters of the Bhotekoshi River, before stopping at the Tatopani border, Zangmu province of Tibet, China. While waiting to cross the border, visitors can witness the lifestyle of the local people in the area as well as the unimaginable beauty of our Mother Nature.
Once all pilgrims have passed through immigration, drivers with land cruisers or deluxe buses will be waiting to receive them. This will be our mode of transport for the entire journey.
After a long day drive, we cross the holy Brahmaputra river bridge to reach our next stop, Saga, a small modern town.
If any problem is noticed in health, it is better to have an extra day here for a safe journey ahead, since we can drive to Mansarovar in a single day as well.
The next morning, we embark on our journey to Poryan. While passing through the rugged terrains, we pass herds of yaks, mountain deer, goats, and never-ending grazing pastures.
During our long drive, we also stop at seasonal tent shops, which offer traditional tea and munchies to anyone wanting to try something different.
In the town of Poryan, pilgrims will be accommodated in selected lodge or huts with the most incredible views of surrounding snow-capped mountains, winds, and hills of sand dune. The tour progresses towards Kailash Mansarovar. We pass through the beautiful masses of sand dunes, mountains, rivers, wild animals and lakes, which lead us to the first view or darshan of Mount Kailash before heading for our Kora or the encirclement of the lake. The lake, where it is said gods also descend to bathe in the early morning, is also the summer abode of swans. the Lake Mansarovar and Rakshastal are the highest freshwater bodies in the world. The holy Lake Mansarovar is 15 miles wide and 55 miles in circumference, and the turquoise water of the lake is said to have possessed miraculous healing properties. Often, pilgrims can be seen immersing themselves in Lake Mansarovar 3 times while chanting Om Namo Shivaya. The huge lake, which freezes in winter and melts only in spring, with a reflection of snow-capped mountains and its lucid waters, is jaw-dropping, and it is of course a feast for the eyes forever. After religious ablution in the holy Mansarovar, pilgrims begin driving for Kora of the lake. We pass through beautiful monasteries on its shores, the most notable being the ancient Chiugompa Monastery, which has been built atop a steep hill, and the evil lake, the Rakshastal. Either the same day or early next morning, the yatris can perform prayers and austerities to the gods at the banks of the lake after taking a bath in the holy water.
3 hours drive to Tirthapuri is another holy destination to be visited. Monastery of Guru, famous scholar Padma Sambhava, is also located here in the Tirthapuri. Boiling hot water and the mountains of red and white soil are considered of ash and blood of the demon Bhashmasur, who was burnt to ash on this land at the bank of the Satluj river.
After the completion of their prayers in the holy lake, yatris move towards next destination, Tarchen, the base camp of Kailash. A short drive up the hills from Tarchen takes us to the southern foothills of Kailash, from where the majestic mountain looks even more The very next morning, we take a short drive to Tarboche, from where our 3-day Kora, 52-kilometer encirclement of the mountain begins. The Eco-Trek crew, by this time, will have already arranged horses and yaks. Pilgrims wanting services of horses and porters must pay for these services themselves. Pilgrims should particularly pay attention to how the horses, porters, yaks are organized, especially with their unions, as this is a very unique process. Pilgrims should also keep in mind that there are some parts of the journey that cannot be made on horseback. The religious beliefs claim that a successful Kora around the mountain washes away all one's sins, and if one does the Kora 108 times, one attains nirvana. According to Hindu scriptures, apart from the external 3-day parikrama, there are 3 inner realms of parikrama that are more difficult and more arduous to complete, and when completed, one attains eternity in heaven. While doing parikrama, Hindus and Buddhists make the circumnavigate in a clockwise direction, and followers of Jainism and Bompo circumnavigate the mountain in a counter-clockwise direction.
Ice waterfalls, mane stones and wild animals can be seen along the trail. Our first day of Kora takes us into the Valley of the Gods, which is embedded with rocks and rock formations that tell tales of mighty magical wars that were fought between the gods then.
We pass through rock formations which symbolize deities. We also come across a rock formation of the Hindu god Ganesha, who looks down at us with a smile, and before we know it, we find ourselves right below the gigantic and majestic west face of the holy mountain. Breathless and tired, we reach our camp for the night, which is right at the foothills of the mountain's majestic north face that towers above and protects us as we sleep and rejuvenate for the next day's grueling trek. A rest day is recommended on the great north face. Visiting Brook Monastery and walking all the way to crystal face of Kailash is the reward of the day. The face of Sheshnaga can be seen on the touching distance. Pray and parikrama of ice heap in front of crystal face is considered as a complete liberation of all sins. Early next morning, if the weather is clear, we can see the unimaginable beauty of the golden Kailash as we set off on the most strenuous part of our 3-day journey. Either following regular route or inner route, the challenging 18,000 feet high pass is there to cross.
As yatris make the ascent towards Dolmala, they pass an area referred to as Shivastal. Here, pilgrims from all over make offerings of clothing or other personal belongings to God.
Following the inner route is getting popular in recent years. It is more difficult than the outer Kora and requires the skills of mountaineering guides.
Horses, yaks, or any type of support are not possible on this route. So this part is only for those who are very fit physically.
We had a good knowledge about the climbings, and we already did Mount Everest summit. This inner Kora is not for the normal people. And if you wanna do this inner Kora, please take one mountaineer. And this is hard. You can see in there is a pass, there is a lot of snow.
Guides and helpers with mountain knowledge and gears are minimum requirement for this technical route. If you are able for any detour, you can visit many glaciers and ice ponds as well.
You have to be very strong to come through it, really. Without God you can't come here. Мы первые русские, которые здесь были.
The trek up to Dolmala Pass is strenuous and exhausting. As you climb up to the pass, the views are amazing and breathtaking. You will see prayer flags all over and often hear Tibetans saying Ki ki so 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 in the same tune Hindus reciting Om Namo Shivaya, meaning victory to God.
Our descent from the other side of the pass brings us to Gaurikunda, which is known as Goddess Parvati's bathing spot. This is also the place where Lord Shiva supposedly chopped off Lord Ganesha's head. To the Buddhists, it is a lake of compassion. On the way down, you will also notice Milarepa's footprint, which remains on a large boulder.
Our steep descent past boulders and the Gaurikunda brings us to the Lachu Valley, where we can catch our breath, rest a little and have lunch before embarking on our final half of the journey for the day.
We pass through sparse green valley beds with a beautiful stream running parallel while heading towards our next destination, the Zuzu Monastery, where the Caves of Miracles, where the Buddhist Saint Milarepa meditated, are situated. The final day of the 3-day Kora gives us a profound opportunity to enjoy the picturesque landscape and casually steer ourselves towards the end of the parikrama.
Our land cruisers will be waiting for us one last time to take us back to family and home.
The drive back to Kathmandu gives us an opportunity to look back at the extraordinary journey that has just taken place, and anyone who has decided to take up this timeless journey to the world's holiest mountain will be eternally touched by its profound beauty, power and reverence which echo the powerful silence of the divine.
More in with Eco-Trek. Cycling, whitewater rafting, jungle safari, road expeditions or mountain adventure, Eco-Trek has constantly been one of the top to lead in the region. Our primary goal is to present you with wonderful traveling opportunities and culturally enriching adventures. filmhimalaya.com